The journey to the mountain took about 2 hours, and during that time, Lucas had the opportunity to get to know his new companion. But even though he was trying, it wasn't going very well. You said your name was Alex, right? Yeah, what? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to make sure I heard correctly. It's an unusual name, I see. And what's your favorite color? I don't really have a favorite color. You don't have to answer if it's something personal, Alex replied with a slight smile. Lucas let out a sigh. He had thought that maybe by the end of the trip he would be able to consider this guy a friend. But so far it wasn't looking good. Listen, I'm sorry, but do you have to be so weird? Why are you asking me all these strange questions? I'm not being weird. We just haven't talked much before and I want to get to know you better. Isn't that normal when you make a new friend? Well, yes, but you're doing it all wrong. What I usually do when I meet someone is ask them if they like dogs or cats. Then we talk about our favorite video games. It's more fun than this. Alex stopped walking for a moment, turned around and looked at Lucas with an innocent expression on his face. So you want me to tell you my favorite video game and you might be interested in hearing about it? Of course I will. Come on, you gotta admit that was pretty funny, Lucas said with a slight smile on his face. What's your favorite video game, Alex? Mine is a survival game where you have to explore and build a base. You have to be careful because there are monsters and you need food and water to survive. Sometimes I play it with a friend and we team up to build a strong base together. There are different types of wood and stone to collect and each of them has a different use. You can make a simple house with wood, but if you want something stronger, you have to use stone. It takes longer to gather because it's harder, but the result is worth it. To build a campfire, you need wood and stones. It's important not to let the fire go out because you can cook food over it and it helps keep the monsters away. The best part of the game is exploring caves. They are dangerous, but also full of resources. I like the feeling of finding something valuable and rare inside of a cave because it is so dark and scary. Finding diamonds in Minecraft is one of the most exciting things ever. They're hard to find, but when you finally do, it feels great. Diamonds are used to make the best tools and weapons, and exploration is one of the best parts of Minecraft, discovering new places and biomes and looking for resources. The ocean is a great place to explore too, because there are shipwrecks and underwater caves. You never know what you might find. The possibilities are endless, and that's why I love playing Minecraft. And after Alex finished talking about his favorite video game, both of them fell silent again. Lucas realized that he had been too rude and decided to apologize. Hey, I'm sorry for earlier. I didn't mean to be so mean to you. I guess I was a little stressed and you got caught in the middle. I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay. No worries. I understand. Sometimes when we're stressed, we can take it out on others without meaning to. It happens to me too. So no worries. Thanks, Alex. I really appreciate that. Listen, how about we start over? I'm gonna ask you a question and you have to answer honestly. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? That's a tough one. I think I'd rather fight 100 duck-sized horses. At least it wouldn't fly away in the middle of the battle. Can you imagine a horse flying over your head and landing a kick on you? That would be bad. They both started laughing and soon arrived at the entrance to the huge cave. When they got closer, they could hear the sound of running water. Wow, it must be deep inside. Maybe there's even a lake, Lucas said excitedly. We won't know until we get down there. Are you scared? Alex asked with a teasing tone. What? Of course not. I'm not scared of some stupid cave. Let's just go already, Lucas replied, trying to hide his fear. The depth of the cave made him feel a bit uncomfortable. Even though he knew there was nothing to be afraid of, the darkness made him feel a bit nervous. As they descended into the cave, they could see stalactites hanging from the ceiling and stalagmites rising from the ground. The air was cool and moist, and they could hear the sound of dripping water echoing around them. This place is amazing. It's so quiet and peaceful. I feel like I could stay here forever, Alex said with admiration in his voice. They continued exploring and came across a large cavern. In the center, there was a small lake of still water surrounded by rocks and crystals. The walls were covered in beautiful formations of stalactites and stalagmites. Wow, it's so beautiful. I can't believe we found this place, Lucas said, forgetting his fear. He and Alex spent several hours exploring the cave, discovering new areas and taking in the stunning formations. They found some interesting minerals and crystals that glistened in the torchlight. They also saw some bats hanging upside down in the dark corners. Let's go back now. It's getting late and we still have to go back up, Lucas suggested. Alex nodded in agreement and they started their way back. As they walked, they talked about their plans for the next day. I can't wait to show my friends this place. They won't believe it, Lucas said excitedly. Me neither. It's a great place to relax and get away from it all, Alex replied with a smile. When they finally reached the entrance to the cave and saw the sunlight, they couldn't help but smile. They had spent a wonderful day exploring a magical place. As the sun began to set, Lucas and Alex made their way back home. They were tired but happy, their minds still marveling at the beauty of the cave. It was so cool, right? I haven't had such an exciting day in ages, Lucas said with a big smile. Me neither. I had a lot of fun today. Thanks for inviting me, Lucas, Alex replied, returning the smile. No problem. Anytime, bro, Lucas said, punching Alex in the shoulder playfully. Alex laughed, and they continued walking side by side. By the time they reached Lucas's house, their friendship had already begun to take shape, forged in the fires of a thrilling adventure. As they parted ways, promising to meet again soon, they knew that their lives had changed. Their day in the cave had brought them closer together, and they couldn't wait to see what other adventures awaited them. In the days that followed, Lucas and Alex couldn't stop talking about their adventure in the cave. They shared their experiences with their friends and family, who listened in awe as they described the stunning formations and the thrill of the journey. But as the weeks passed, something strange began to happen. Every time Lucas and Alex tried to return to the cave, they couldn't find it no matter how hard they looked. They searched for hours, following old maps and using compasses, but the cave seemed to have vanished. Determined to solve the mystery, Lucas and Alex joined forces with some of their smartest friends, each bringing their unique skills and knowledge to the table. Together, they examined the area, searching for any clue that could lead them to the cave's location. As the investigation continued, the group uncovered a series of cryptic symbols hidden among the trees and rocks. With each new discovery, the stakes rose higher, and the friends found themselves racing against time to decipher the clues before they lost everything. With the fate of their friendship hanging in the balance, Lucas and Alex had to dig deep within themselves to find the strength and courage to overcome the challenges ahead. The truth was that the cave wasn't actually there. It had been a figment of their imagination, a shared dream that had brought them together in the first place. But as the dream faded, so did their bond, leaving them to pick up the pieces of their shattered friendship and find their way back to each other.